You know, we're always talking about local resources for the community, great places to go for good information. Well, today we're going to introduce you to a hyper-local resource. What's hyper-local? Stay tuned. You'll meet our guest and you'll find out. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Scan FYI. We'll get back to that hyper-local thing in a moment. Welcome. Hey, Mary Beth, how are you
Good,
today?
good morning, Andrea. How are you? We're off to a nice day today, sun shining. We have a wonderful guest with us today, Denise Payne. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Denise. How
ladies.
are you?
Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Mary Beth. Thank you for having me on in this opportunity.
Oh,
Thank you.
you are very,
So
very welcome.
Denise is coming to us from Monmouth Health and Wellness. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the organization and, of course, what a hyper-local resource is, because we're going to learn something new today.
Hyper-local.
Hyper-local.
Well, MonmouthHealthAndWellness.com is an online directory of healthcare providers strictly for Monmouth County. We are considered hyper local because we are Monmouth County driven, meaning that it's anything related to the community and to Monmouth County. We are not a national website or directory resource. We are a local community driven online resource / publication because we have evolved into a full service type of a community resource of various information that I'll get into.
All right, so our word of the day is hyper-local. Try and use it in a sentence as the day goes on. We might use it again. I love saying that. Okay, well, thanks for that's a good explanation.
So,
Okay.
Denise, when did Monmouth Health and Wellness start, and how did it come about?
So we actually started in 2015, and it evolved out of a demand for many healthcare providers wanting to reach out to people in the community, their neighbors, and vice versa. People are looking for providers and for information locally in their neighborhood. So we developed MonmouthHealthAndWellness.com as a resource for finding healthcare, wellness. We evolved into having content. So we have actually experts that write information on Monmouth Health and Wellness to help you with uh, recipes, beauty tips, exercise. Um, and again, it evolved and it came about because of the demand of many people online today. Um, 5 or 6 years ago, we were still online, but not like we are now.
Right.
And so it's just been snowballing, growing, expanding because of the fact that people today are their eyeballs are online and they're in social media.
And of course, I always hate relating everything back to the COVID world, but we're still in the COVID world. And that's really kept us home and online, probably even more than ever. So as if you were looking for you know, a healthcare provider, if you're looking for acupuncture, if you're looking for a recipe or any kind of a community resource, you're much more likely now to go online than you ever were before.
Absolutely. And the healthcare arena has really changed. Today, word of mouth referrals happen online and in social media. So people go to the internet, they may get a referral and they will type it in Google and see what pops up. Now, our directory is recognized by Google because we're a directory. We're constantly adding content to our medium, and therefore that provides us to become higher ranked on the page for Google for key terms. So, for example, we'll have information on senior care or, again, healthy recipes, healthy tips. We were talking about an article about a weighted blanket just
Right.
before. So, based on key terms that someone types in, our directory comes up high on Google and it's easily found. In addition to the fact that we've built a tremendous audience on social media, so we have a lot of people that are following our articles and information. We have community events that are all relating to healthcare. So everything is, again, funneling back to health and wellness, whether it be doctors, dentists, wellness providers, senior care, again, pet care. We're trying to encompass all of health and wellness. We even have a COVID section for updates on COVID. Immediate care is in the area. So it's a real hub, if you will,
Yeah.
for information in Monmouth County on where to go for health and wellness.
Right. And it, again, not just a directory of this doctor or that doctor. I like
Right.
that you had a lot of good content, and there is a section on senior living. And we were talking about the article on the weighted blanket, and I don't remember if that was in the senior living or in the doctor's advice section. So a lot of interesting and quick articles, easy to read, but a lot of good info for everyone. I mean, not just seniors, obviously. You know,
Right.
we have a broad audience now too on Scan FYI, because after all, we're online too.
Right.
So you never know who's watching, but I feel like you've covered pretty much all bases in your within all of your categories.
Well, and recently we just launched a mental health section. So we
Yeah,
have an opportunity for people to come to the site, get information about resources for mental health, articles, tips. And then there are providers on there that offer telehealth where you can actually have a virtual visit and get counseling through, in the comfort of your own home. So there's opportunities there to reach out, and many people are isolated and depressed. So we felt the need that, again, there's a big gap here and a big need for the community to connect. So we offer these telehealth buttons for our providers to reach out to people that are looking for these types of services.
and you know what? Let me just remind everyone who's listening that almost a year ago at this point, about a year ago, Scan on FYI, we did a 3-part series on telehealth. And honestly, wow, Mary Beth, a year ago, it's kind of even.
Yes.
So that was like almost like the beginning of telehealth, where a lot of people still hadn't used it or totally understood it. But of course now it's pretty much, it's a standard, right? To
Look at us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a interesting way of doing business. In fact, I don't remember if it was under the mental health section, because I perused through everything. You had a very good article about seniors, social isolation. That was a very interesting article too. I think even just the fact that you might be home by yourself. Lots of us live alone, but there's opportunities online to be part of a community. And
Right.
this is just another example of an excellent resource that happens to be an online community.
Yes, and we also provide information on healthcare activities and resources for upcoming events that healthcare providers may have, even the one that you actually had on the diabetic workshop. We also do offer wellness coupons and opportunities for savings to kind of mix things up a little. And, there's not always a chance for a doctor to give you a coupon, but there are wellness providers and even in the aesthetics area that will provide um, offers and coupons. So it's a real resource. Again, getting back to that
Yeah.
term. And as far as community goes too, I mean, social media, that's really where you're getting to interact, ask questions, get information from friends. We are linked up with over 200 Facebook groups in Monmouth County alone. So we are kind of, on keeping an eye on, okay, who's out there, what's going on. If we have a new provider or an article we may share in a particular community town. So for example, Ocean Township, we might have something that's of interest there. We'll share it in the community, not necessarily spamming the pages, but just getting information out on social media so that people know, hey, we're here and this is available to you.
Janice, are you surprised yourself that something like this has taken off to this extent?
No, not really. I've been involved with online activities for quite some time, and I really did see the need for many. I started out again with a lot of single practice doctors that were in offices, and they know how to be doctors, but how do we reach our patients? And then again, just getting that communication out, and people just always going to things like national sites like WebMD and Health Grades, and oh, I've got a cut or this, and I want to go and see what this is about. So I'm not really surprised. I'm very happy that I can offer this and help people, because really that's where my goal is to help people and get them connected. I even go out, and when I'm talking to people, I'm a big networker, so I like to help people connect, and what can I do for you type mentality.
Good.
Okay, very nice.
And I actually saw too on the site, Denise, there's the farmer's market. There's an opportunity to look and see where some of the local food could be.
Oh, right,
sourced.
right.
So that was
Yes,
another.
nutrition, very big today.
Yes.
Well, we always talk about resources, and one of the things that we always say is, what good is any resource if you don't even know it exists? So hopefully today we've shined a light on another excellent hyper-local community resource for Monmouth County that you definitely should take advantage of it. Of course, we'll put the name and the contact info in all of the comments, but just once more for everyone, Denise, the name, and what is your name is your website, but go ahead.
I'm Denise Payne, co-founder of MonmouthHealthAndWellness.com. We are an online resource, hyper-local online directory / publication offering health and wellness information for the Monmouth County community.
And I saw that you have a newsletter, so that looked interesting. So
Yes, you can come to our website, again, www.monmouthhealthandwellness.com, and you can sign up for our e-blast newsletter that we send out once a month with tips, updates, and new providers.
Very good.
So we welcome you, and thank you for visiting us. And follow our social media pages, please.
Well, Denise, thank you so much for being our guest today. A lot of good information. We
Thank you.
appreciate that. We're all about resources for the community.
Thank you again, ladies. Have a
You're
wonderful
welcome.
day.
Remember, if it's important to you, it's important to us. I'm Andrea Tarr, and we'll see you next time on Scan FYI. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
day.